go. How clutch can you be? Are you watching? Are you witnessing what we're... Oh, freaking Caulfield. Let's go. Habs win. Yes. 3-2. Yes, 3-2 against the Nashville Predators. That was getting a little bit back down from the hype. That was a boring-ish game for the first two periods. Like, there was not a lot going on. There were not a lot of shots on either side until like the very end, where we just started peppering because we had nothing else that was working because they were playing a very tight game. And yeah, like, it wasn't super entertaining, but like, oh my god, the ending. Holy moly, the ending. Like, you cannot script it any better than that. Are you kidding me? Lane Hudson with the save first to put the pass on Caulfield's stick that is like rushing alone, and he puts it past with like 30 seconds to go, and then in overtime where it was a lot of back and forth, Dovish tried to grab it and then play it, but it gets excuse me, whistled down, but then we excuse me again. We get it again, and with 2 seconds to go, Caulfield scores because Matheson wins a 2v1. Suzuki brings it to the net, and instead of trying something and panicking because there were 4 seconds left, like, he has the freaking nerves of steel to just put it in Caulfield's stick, who like finishes it off. Like, are you kidding me? The whole thing, Hudson to Caulfield, and then Matheson. Amazing effort with Suzuki helping and being like, yeah, no. Ooh, I could not believe what I was watching. I thought, like, I thought we had a chance to come back, you know, but Nashville was playing so tightly that I didn't think we were gonna do it, right? Like I believe in this team. I've been proved wrong many times when I start to doubt the team. So I still believed in them even when we went down by 1. Which, by the way, awful way to go down. You know, Matheson tries this wraparound and it doesn't work, but it was a really good chance. You're in a tight game. You haven't had a lot of chances. You take those, right? And then just the defensive breakdown, like. Line goes for the pass. Dobson reads that late, so he doesn't have a lot of time to put pressure on the puck carrier, and you know, he just puts it past Dobish, who had a pretty good game, but you know, kind of want him to have that one, but whatever, you know, like. Anyways, like when they went up by 1 again after it had taken us so long to tie it, I was like, I know we can do it, you know, but it's not going to be easy. And it wasn't easy. Like, oh, we were about to go down 3-1. And Hudson with the clutch save, which, you know, it looks from the outside, and having never ever played hockey, it looks somewhat easy to be a goalie when they're trying to shoot for the empty net. But you see it every time that there's a defenseman, like the forwards just find a super easy way to get it past them, you know, like do an extra stick handle to get it past and score anyways. Like, you rarely see a block of the puck and that doesn't go in, like when there's an empty net. I have not seen many. Like, if you have, good, but like every time someone tries to block one, it ends up going in anyways. So he does block it, and then like he has the stillness of mind to find the crisp pass to Caulfield and send him on that, and Caulfield just like clutch scores. Are you kidding? Ooh, that was a high. Like, my god, and the Bell Center erupting again twice. Like, after Tuesday game where we had tied it with 3 minutes left, and then we went in overtime with Caulfield, like with that beautiful goal, like the Bell Center was ecstatic. And like now with this, like add that we freaking won it in 2 seconds to go, 2 seconds to go in overtime. Oh, that's a whole other level, right? Like, the Bell Center was losing it, and we're 5 games into the season. Oh, this team, let's go. This is what we've been wanting for so long. Just so much excitement. Anyways, about the game, like I said, not a lot going on really. Like Nashville is playing a pretty tight game, not allowing a lot, not generating a lot either, to be honest. Like the first goal that Nashville scores is on the power play, and it's Stamkos going for the pass, which hits Gulli and then goes in. Like not a lot of Davish could have done there, and like an unlucky bounce for us, lucky for them. You know, like other than that, like they were not generating many chances. Our power play, we had 2 chances I think at the power play, and again it looks lackluster. Like it has so much more potential, and so there's a lot of work to do there. Everybody knows about it. I'm not gonna keep yapping about it because yeah, I've mentioned it every video and everybody's mentioning it all the time, so enough said about that. Anywho, and then we have a couple chances here and there, you know, but Cyrus played a really good game. He stopped us so many times. We had so many good chances that just died at his glob. Like Caulfield had a few good ones. I think Savkovsky had a pretty good one too. Well, the Matheson wrap around an attempt. Bolduc had a nice deflection. That line of Bolduc, Dak, and Gallagher has been pretty good. Has been pretty solid. I know I said it every time, but like they keep proving me right for that. So like I'm surprised because I didn't think that line was gonna work, but it's given Dak some confidence, and like yeah, that's good steps. Anyways, I'm worried about Gulli. He fell. I don't know what happened. It was off camera. But he seemed hurt, seemed to struggle to get up. He did get off the ice on his own accord, you know, so that didn't look something like horrible. But last time he got injured, he did get out of the ice on his own accord, and he had freaking lacerated his quad with his skates, and he was out for months. So yeah, that doesn't tell us much, you know. So hopefully he's fine. We'll see. He was there at the bench at the end of the game. He was jumping into the ice and like going with it with everybody, you know. But you never know how much of that is adrenaline and how much pain he's gonna be this morning, right? Like the day after. So hopefully he's okay. Yeah, I'm worried about him because he plays a massive game for us. He's so good defensively. He has so much poise. He has so much physicality as well when it's needed, and he's like sneaky physicality, but he's very prone to getting injured, and like hopefully we can avoid that, you know, because he's a big part of the defensive core that we have, and yeah, losing him would mean having Struble or Jackeye or do you call up Engstrom? I don't know. What would you do? Engstrom had played pretty well in the camp, so maybe he would be a Gulli replacement, and you keep either Struble or Jackeye as your 7th. You know, I did like Struble's game. I think he pairs well with Hudson, which leaves Gulli with Carrier, which was a very good defensive pairing last year. They did an amazing job at shutting down the offense of the other team, right? So I like those pairings too. And I did like how Struble played, honestly. Like no complaints there. Obviously, like Nashville was not being super physical or dirty on us, so he didn't need to show too much of his toughness. You know, he's a very tough guy. Like not because Jackeye is not there means that we are replacing him for a guy that has 0 toughness, right? No, Struble is fairly tough himself, but he doesn't bring the same vibe that Jackeye does. But one of the Nashville Predators did go into our goalie once, and Struble was the one that was there to stop that immediately on its tracks and be like, hey, don't you even come close to this guy or I'll pound you. So yeah, you know, he did his job. I liked him. Like I said, I like how Hudson plays when Struble is his defenseman, because I think Hudson gets to go on the left side and Struble plays on the right. Whereas when Hudson is playing with Gulli, I think it's a better defensive matchup because Gulli, I think, is better defensively than Struble. But Hudson has to play on his right, which does restrict him a little bit. So there was that. What else did I see? Kapanen pretty nice goal. Like the metrics keeps showing that line is very like has struggled a lot. I think they were mentioning in the intermission that there was only like 3 forwards that had less goals expected than Kapanen in the whole league. So that's not where you want to be, right? But when this was brought up to Martin St. Louis, he mentioned like you can't really trust the analytics too much. You can't look into them too much when you are 4 games into the season, and that it did not show up in the eye test, and that he trusts and he likes how that line has been playing. But obviously that they can keep on improving, and we get the first goal from there. He goes to the net and nobody moves him. Nobody even touches him. He gets 2-3 shots. I think it was 3 shots that he got on net, and the third one goes in. It just rebounds. Nobody was moving him from there for some reason. He just like got there and stayed there. We'd take those. But I do agree that other than that chance, they were not generating much. I think Newhook and Demidov had one good rush chance. And I don't think they played it too well. I think they both rushed like in a line, so it was really easy for the defenseman to stay between those two. So Newhook had to take the shot, and Saros was, like I mentioned earlier, he was really good. So he did stop that. I think I would have liked Demidov to slow down a little bit, to give more time to Newhook and to make the defenseman stop, so Newhook knows he has a one-on-one against the goalie, or the defenseman creates the lane for a pass if he doesn't stop, because I think the Demidov had more time. Like the second guy from Nashville was way late, so I think they had more time for that. But anyways, I'm sure they're reviewed. Demidov seems to be learning heaps every game. He did not show off too much this game. He did have some really good possessions in the power play, especially. And I think he had one more actually. I think he generated one really good chance also, just from his deceptiveness. And people are like, the rest of the Habs are also gonna get used to playing with him. He keeps doing this thing where he's looks at 3 out of the 4 other players and sends a bullet pass to the one guy he did not look at. And a lot of the times those passes go far because they were like, the player that the pass was going for was not expecting it either. Like, they got deceived too. So I'm sure they'll get used to it. They'll learn to play with a guy like Demidov and always be expecting a pass when he has the puck on his stick. It's gonna take some time for everybody, I'm sure. It's very bright, right? And now we are 5 games into the season. We've won 4. We have 4 in a row. We're in a 4-game winning streak, which took us, I think we didn't have 4 games in a row 2 years ago. Like, I don't think we ever had 4 games in a row. And last year, I think it took us until like late February to put 4 in a row, because we were winning a bunch, but we were winning like 2 or 3 and then losing 1 and then winning 2 or 3 and then losing 1. It was a bunch like that, like back and forth, where we could not get 4 wins in a row. And now in the first 5 games, we already have 4 wins in a row. So let's keep the momentum going. Let's go. I think we play against the Rangers Saturday night. So it doesn't like they have been struggling. They're still a good team. Like, we played against teams that in theory should be struggling a lot. Like a lot of the analysts had them at the bottom of the league, like right off the bat, like Chicago, like Nashville. Like the Kraken, they were not supposed to be good either. And they were like in the middle of the pack by all analysts. But like all those teams have been playing pretty good. Like Chicago did beat St. Louis Blues like 8-3 or something like that. Chicago has been in a few teams also. Like Nashville has been playing pretty well. So we haven't, all these teams that, or all these games that we've won that were supposed to be against bad teams, we have won them, but it has been a bit against these teams that have been performing better than everybody expected. So don't take anything away from the Habs. But we do play against the Rangers, who are in a similar situation where everybody thought they were going to be really bad, or not really bad, but like not as good as they have been. but they are performing a lot better than some expected. First 2 games, at home aside, where they got shut out. Yeah, I do watch some of the news of other teams. Anyways, so I'm excited for Saturday. We should hopefully keep that momentum rolling and keep on those wins. Probably Montembeau is gonna get the start since Davish got this one. I think they're gonna keep switching them. I don't know if you keep Struble or Jackeye. The Rangers do have Rampy and do have some grit with them. It might be a more physical game. What would you do? Would you keep Struble up? Would you put Jackeye back in? I don't know. So yeah, if you have an idea there and like have an explanation why you would do something, let me know in the comments. What else from the game? Honestly, like it was a little bit of a snooze fest for the first 2 periods, right? So not a lot was happening. I did like a few chances that Laine generated. Honestly, I think his game, even though he's been quiet, has been better than I had expected. He's not the super flashy star that he once was when he was younger, or that maybe we wanted him to be. But he is a lot more of a round player today than he was a year ago when he first joined the Habs. So I don't know. Maybe he keeps playing like that, and maybe if he keeps playing a solid game, he will start making his way up the lineup again and starting to play with more offensive-minded players, which will maybe help him generate more chances or get more chances himself. He did have a fairly good shot, and I think he had a pretty good pass into the slot for Anderson, who missed the net. But I can't complain too much about that line. I think they're doing their job. I think everybody is. Not much more I can say. So I'll leave it there. Shortish video, but just so hyped for the end. Like Hudson, Caulfield, Suzuki, after Matheson. Like you cannot script it any better than that. I know I said that already, but it was just so unbelievable. So another win. Another Habs trivia. Let's see what we get now. Let's do one of the first pages. I always scroll way too fast, way too far past, and never do any of the first few pages. So this trivia section is the origins and history section. I'm screwed. All right. Let's do question number 10. The question is, where do the Montreal Canadiens rank among NHL franchises when it comes to most Stanley Cup championships won? Okay, I actually know this one. I'll repeat the question, but the question is, where do the Montreal Canadiens rank among NHL franchises when it comes to most Stanley Cup championships won? The answers are A, first, B, third, C, tied for fifth, D, tied for eighth. Again, A, first, B, third, C, tied for fifth, D, tied for eighth. I'll give you a second to pause because I know the answer for this one right away. 3, 2, 1, and the answer is A. The Montreal Canadiens are first in franchises when it comes to most Stanley Cup championships won. Let's see if I'm right. Number 10 is A, first. Yep, there we go. One that I actually knew. I didn't even have to guess. Okay, but that was a super easy one. Everybody knows that. The 24 championships has been mentioned for forever, and I think the second most is 8 or something like that. I don't know. It's insane. Anyways, that's it for this one. I'm excited for Saturday. Let's keep the good vibes rolling. Let's keep the momentum going. Let's keep the wins coming. Go Habs, go!